Hey, what's up? You're watching Vec, and today we have the GTI-R Nissan Pulsar that was introduced with the N14 series. From what I know, this was a homologation release, meaning it was released with the intent of participating, well, with Nissan's intent of participating with WRC and Group A. So this is intended to be a rally car, although from what I see, this would be a great like low class hatch. Just looking at it, I really like the front end right here. It kind of reminds me of the early Mitsubishi Lancers, and I love myself a Lancer. The back also kind of screams a little bit Lancer with the with these lights right here. They don't really look like Nissan lights to me. They look more like Mitsubishi lights, but that's just me. So we're gonna check out a few features of this car. Let's see what engines we can swap in it. I'm pretty sure we're just gonna get like the standard engine swapped, but let's check it out and see what we get. So we have a ton of engines on here, including we got a rotor swap. That's incredible. We might have to do a separate video for the rotor swap. We have a twin turbo, we have a turbo rally, which I knew we were already gonna get. We have another inline 6 twin turbo, we have an inline 4 turbo, we also have a variable valve, and we have a regular inline 6. Now I want to drop in that turbo rally just so I can make a rally car of these, because I'm a big fan of rally racing and world rallycross just in general. I really want to drop in this turbo rally. However, the turbo rally does seem to have better speed and acceleration. You kind of get to see just a tiny little drop right here. We're gonna make a rally build out of this just because it was a homologation special. So let's continue with the rally theme with this car and drop in that. And then so we got all-wheel drive off the bat, and then we can make it rear-wheel drive. So if you want to turn this into a cool little ripped hatch, you can. So what do we get off this? So just the regular Forza Horizon customization here. So we're just gonna drop in that wing. That is a gigantic wing. Look at that. I was actually expecting more of a lip to get out of this, but you know, that works for me. That actually does kind of scream rally for me. So let's continue with that. Drop in some rally tire compounds. We're gonna go big and wide. I'm not really too concerned with keeping it with the class, so we're gonna go as much as we can and see how much power we can squeeze out of this vehicle. All right, we'll drop in those rally spring and dampeners. Gonna make this super stiff. Coming up with the roll cage. How much does the roll cage add? 120 pounds, not bad actually. Let's see, we add the roll cage, and how much weight can we take out? 423, not bad. We almost negate the roll cage. Almost, not quite, but almost. So race cam and valves, race engine block. So we're gonna drop in another turbo and then take out the restrictor plate. Wow. So okay, my intention wasn't to get this up to like a perfect class, but it seems we're gonna be able to get up to 900 S1 right off the bat. So I think swapping the rims for something a little bit lighter. Wow, this thing perfectly sits at 900 at S1 just by itself with a rally build. This is incredible. Like you don't really see builds like this very much, where you could just drop in everything and then you have yourself a perfect build. Now these rims, the Compo Motive wheels, are usually my go-tos, but I actually want to keep it at that 900. So I think I'm gonna go for these 1552s. These are the usual ones that I go for almost every single time when I'm trying to make a rally build, because they take out just enough weight where you can bring it down or bring it up just a notch to keep it at 900. And it seems even though we dropped those tires, we're still at 899. That's one of the things that happens sometimes. So we've already done everything else. What about, did we widen these boys out? Yep, nice and wide. We just put a body kit, we put everything else. And as far as performance goes, where are we sitting at? All right, we got a really nice 668 horsepower with 682 foot-pounds of torque. The weight is not too much, just over a ton. The front end does get kind of heavy, and I kind of want to bring attention to this scoop right there. That is unique. that is one of the most unique scoops I've ever seen, if I've ever seen one. You got the flares right there at the sides, but that is just like, I've never seen such a vent design like this, and it's kind of, honestly, it's a bit aggressive, but I kind of like it. I don't really like scoops like this, but for this one, it stands out and it matches the front end grille right there. So it blends in really nice, and I really like it actually. I like I said, like I don't usually like this, but this one, just something about it, it really sits well with me. Now, we don't have a massively overpowered tune, but with the horsepower that we do have, and because the car is actually relatively light for the size, we're sitting at a top speed of about 191. We could probably squeeze out just a bit more and get up to almost 200, which is pretty incredible for only having almost 700 horsepower. I'm pretty sure swapping out one of the two ladder engines, we can probably squeeze out a bit over 1,000 horsepower, and we can have a pretty cool race car or even a pretty cool drag car. But I'm actually pretty impressed with the Rally Turbo engine that we dropped in, having this much power, and the acceleration is not bad either. So I'm gonna apply that. I just did a little bit of tweaking there just to see how much we can get on the top speed. Acceleration is really good. It's kind of losing grip a little bit. Let's check out the off-road. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a pretty decent rally car. I honestly have some pretty high hopes for this car. Hopefully it doesn't let me down. It might be one of my new favorites. Takeoff immediately. All that power just goes straight into the tires. This honestly feels like it has more horsepower than it actually does. Okay, oh, immediately into the water. Right here, it usually slows down, but wow, this is still speeding up. Not by much, but it's still trying to accelerate. Oh, a little bit of slid right there. You know, for a dirt track, this is a lot of road. Oh yeah, it just keeps on going. Break in on the inside a little bit. Water, no problem. Oh, it already wants to drift. I think a drift build for this thing would be great. You can get a low-powered drift build out of this. I think it would be a lot of fun. Brake a little bit. Let's see if we can pass this guy on the inside right here. Oh! Got right in front of me there. Yeah, so it seems that as soon as I brake, it starts to lose traction quite a bit. There's so much power just out of like how light it is. It just the 700 horsepower that we squeezed out of this. It's so much that it actually struggles with traction when braking. But it gets grip so quickly, like, if you know how to counter steer, this would be really fun. This would be such a fun ride for you. And like on the straightaways, it just takes off so much. Oh, there we go. Now we're on dirt. Let's see how it performs on dirt, because we were doing tarmac for quite a bit there. Short stop or short hop. I was thinking short round from Indiana Jones right there. Yeah, honestly, even on dirt, this is such a good car. Now that was a little bit too much tarmac, so let's give it a try on an actual dirt track. Because so with the rally tires, we do lose a bit of grip with tarmac. Let's see if we can get onto something more of a sprint. I want to do a sprint. I don't want to do a circuit just yet. So how about the Moorhead Rally Trail? That's actually one of my favorites, or Bamberg Pinewood Trail. So let's do Moorhead Rally and see how it behaves there. Giving it a little bit more dirt might give us a better idea how it'll be as a rally car overall. Hey, you honestly don't see a lot of Nissans in Group A, and I really like that they have the Pulsar P like right on the front grille. That's a really nice touch there. Okay, we're starting off with tarmac again. Did that car just brake really hard? Let's see if we can get a little bit more control. Better turning, better braking. Got one of the classics there, the WRX. But acceleration's too much, and we just take off. Honestly, this, like I said before, this feels like it has more horsepower than it actually does. And I really like the sound of this engine with the popping. Oh, in a line. Can't follow the racing line. Not that we're back on dirt. Got a bit more control on dirt, that's for sure. Acceleration has not changed for me. It's still taking off on dirt. Ooh, that was a good little jump right there. We got grip almost immediately, actually. Little jump. Oh. But great control. We went off track just a little bit, but it's so easy to get control back. The downside is that it does suffer on tarmac quite a bit. Acceleration is great, control is great, but when you're braking, you do lose just enough grip that you start to spin a little bit, or you just like slide a little bit, get that power slide in there. So just keep that in mind, that going into turns, take them really carefully. Now we're gonna go through a lot of jumps. Let's see how it behaves right here. See, water slow down. Not by much though. You do feel the impact when you're hitting the water, where it just slows down a little bit, but it powers through so quickly it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Yep. So braking, if you don't brake nice and early, you start to lose that grip. But as soon as hitting the gas, you get it back. Yeah, there was no chance for everybody else. This is such a great car. So that's all we have for today. I really enjoyed this car for rally, especially having a hatch for rally. Usually my go-tos are a Renault or a Lancia, or even just my Mitsubishis are my go-tos for rally. Tell me what you think about the Nissan Pulsar. I think it's a pretty great for rally. It's definitely going to be one of my go-tos from now on. If y'all unlocked already, let me know what you guys have done as far as customizations. What did you go for? Did you go for a rally build? Did you go for that rotor? I think I'm going to go for that rotor next. Maybe release a second video or even a third one, so we can kind of check out 3 different styles of building this car. But let me know what you guys did with your Pulsars. Hit the sub button if you want more content just like this. Like the video if you like the Pulsar as much as I do. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care of yourselves and of each other, and have a good one.